I don't want to be tied to a load that I can't carry over the road. Just want to hear that thunder roar on trails that ain't been rode before. Don't put no chains on me, I'm rolling free, rolling free, rolling free.
Whoa! All right, how is everybody doing today? Justin here with Rollin' Free, and you know what? We're doing something a little bit freaking different today. Would you look at that? We got the 890 fully freaking loaded up. So this is my first ever moto camp. My first ever actual solo camp. Anytime I've ever gone camping with no humans, I've always at least had a dog with me. So yeah, we're gonna do a moto camp hot tent extravaganza. Actually, I'm not too sure about that extravaganza part. Yeah, as you can see, I've got no proper luggage system. This is just a backpack filled to the brim. That's my classic tactical bag filled to the brim. And then this is my tent here. So it took me about an hour or so to get it all strapped down. I was like, all right, you know what? I'll have a little puff and see how I feel about it. And right after I was done having that puff, I looked at it and I was like, damn. So what I originally did was these ratchets were attached to here, which I mean, that's just some little plastic. So yeah, I got my classic rock straps holding down the main bag, and then I relocated the ratchets against here because I remember that's how the Kriega system is set up, which I do eventually want to get. So yeah, we got two rock straps holding this bad boy down, two ratchet straps holding this and this down attached to that. And then I figured, why not? More stuff is better, right? So I just put like every single bungee strap I got on there. So yeah, I clearly and obviously overpacked for this trip, and that was actually kind of my plan because this is a shakedown run. My brother and I are going to do an out of town up to Squamish in a couple of weeks. So I wanted to basically see how much shit could I pack on this bike. So yeah, we're going to do things a little bit different. That's enough of the talking for now. I'll just get some ride footage up there, and then I'll catch you all when we got the campsite set up. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, I just wanted to add in quickly, I mean, you know, the whole YouTube spiel. I'm a young channel, so I'm always doing that. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ding that bell, leave us a comment, so, you know, please do. And a lot of you have. The channel has actually been bumping lately. So here comes a little internet panhandling. Absolutely no expectations, but if anybody wants to help this channel grow and continue these crazy adventures, whether they be single tracking, out of towning, camping, whatever else may come in the future, I did set up a Patreon, so head on over to Patreon. Of course, it's Rollin' Free. I got a link in the video. I got a link on the YouTube channel. So I mean, like I say, absolutely no expectations there, but if you want to help a guy out, the equivalent of buying him a beer to become a member of the channel, and yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. One step closer to the dream of doing this for a living. Is that gonna happen? I don't know. Isn't that like every YouTuber's kind of dream though? So let's just keep doing what I love doing and bringing you along with me and see where it takes us. Yo, so how was all of that? Yeah, so I had these big grandiose ideas of I was gonna do this single track and bomb this big hill, and you know I was gonna go to this lake and another lake, and be like, no, not good enough, and go to another lake, and yeah, for the first time in a long time, a rarity for me, my better judgment kicked in and was like, you know what, you've never done this before. All that stuff was just ratchet strapped down. So we actually went to the closest lake I could get to. We're not that far out in the bush, actually. To be honest, it was like a 15-minute ride in here. And there is that one steep hill. I think the camera got knocked down, so I don't know if the footage is worth using, but the first time that rear wheel left the ground for a second going through a cross stitch kind of thing, yeah, I could feel all those well, the 2 bags of tent, 3 things tied together, I could feel them all lift up and bounce back down, and I was like, okay, we're pulling over at the top of the hill, and it actually held on pretty good. It wasn't about to fall off or nothing, but yeah, I figure better to be safe than sorry. As you can see, I got a lot of freaking goodies for camping. The newest one I just got for this trip is this Philo. So it was just that teeny little sack. It's pretty comfy. But yeah, I'm definitely going to minimize what I'll be bringing with me for the next, like the big out-of-town camping trip I do. But not a bad setup. Not a bad setup. The bed's super comfy. The stove is ready to rock. So I just got to get out there and find some wood and stuff so I can get that fired up. Maybe make a cup of coffee or something. But yeah. I hope you're all enjoying this. I might take a little evening ride. We'll see. We'll see. I still got to get firewood for sure. So I'm going to do that next, and then we'll go from there. Oh yeah, well, I just wanted to do a big shout out. So the whole reason, the whole inspiration to get the whole hot tent thing with my wood stove and whatnot was there's a YouTuber called Lone Wolf 903, and yeah. That guy's awesome. If you want to just, you know, leave the motorbike aside and watch somebody, he does a lot of backpacking and camping. He also has like a van build and a truck build and stuff like that. But he was basically just doing backpack camping when I first saw his channel. And yeah, he did this hot tenting in the winter and the storms and all kinds of stuff. And it was just it was a big influence on me getting to do it. When I got the bike right away, I was like, I got to do a moto hot tent. This is gonna be so badass. So big shout out to Lone Wolf. Go over there. Check out one of his videos and tell him Rollin' Free sent you. Spread the word around. But yeah, and another big shout out to Dean over at the Sunshine Coast Sunshine Coast, the Sea to Sky Adventure Riding Group. What a great group of people. I'm glad I was able to join that group and meet them. One of the next videos to come out will actually be the Oktoberfest ride that's out here on the coast. So I'm pretty excited to that. So 2 big shout outs. Shout out to Lone Wolf. Go check them out, YouTube. If I can see the sky, ADV, we're there on Facebook. Check them out. Good times all around. I'll catch you in a bit. All right, so I brought a couple options with me. This has just been my lightweight machete that I keep in my Jeep or in the backpack as well. It's got a saw on the other side. Whew. That was a lot of effort though. Let's try the saw next. Yeah, I just brought my machete with me because it literally weighs nothing, and there is a spot for it, so it didn't take up any extra room. But whew, That's some young guy stuff. Chopping around with that thing. So this is another pretty cool backpackers doodad. Comes with a nice sheath if you get the right one. There's a spare blade in there. And boom. How do we do this again? Ah, there we go. Been a while. Oh, and gonna snap it on my finger. Boom. There you go. So that's a pretty cool thing too. This thing weighs nothing, and that's a legit saw. With these hot tents, you don't need much wood. I mean, the oven itself isn't that big, so you only can even actually fit about a foot length piece of lumber in there. Boom. Boom. So you can process your wood like that. When you get your nice little rounds, get your trusty survival knife, because you know this is going to be awesome for the blade. Oh, and you can split it. So for backpacking, moto camping, anything where you want to save weight, that's the one toy I didn't bring with me is my axe. I have a nice kind of smaller axe that wouldn't be too bad to bring, but they weigh a lot. So with the saw, having a knife, you can split wood and you are good to go for your hot tenting excursion. All right, so I lucked out and I found actually another deadfall. So we got more than enough firewood to cook dinner and breakfast and maybe even get a fire going in the big fire pit yonder tonight. But yeah, it's about 4:30. I don't know, it took me about an hour to do that, so that's not so bad. To be honest though, for moto camping, unless you just don't have room for it, I'd bring an axe. Chopping the wood with my knife and using another piece of wood to hammer was, you know, it took a lot of energy. Like I say, it took me about an hour. Got more than enough wood for the night. I'm gonna batten down the hatches, and this is Roll It Free. We are a motorcycle channel, so yeah, we're gonna go just for a little rip. There ain't too much, but there's a little road that goes up in there, so let's check that out. All right, well, that was a fun burn. The chores are all done. We got firewood for the night, at least for the stove to get dinner made. So yeah, the only thing left to do now is crack open a still cold one because it was in the little cooler bag I got. And yeah, I'm just gonna kick back and relax and have a beer. So I'll catch up with you all at dinner time, which we're having pierogies and meats. Oh yeah. All right, welcome back, everybody. I am getting hungry, so it's time to light this sucker up and see if we can get some dinner made. So I don't really cook much. Kat honestly does all the cooking at home, so I don't make no big fancy dinner, but I did prepare some pierogies and meats. Well, I pre-boiled the pierogies, so all I gotta do is pan fry them now. And then the sausages, I got some nice venison sausage. I'm gonna have to cook that up. That's raw. Yeah, so yeah, I just figured, you know, might as well do a fancy, nice little dinner while I'm out hot tenting. Oh my goodness. I had a little piece of wood set aside that I could use as a wick, and then I think I stuffed it in there. There we go. So yeah, basically smoke's just coming out because the door's open when you get it going. But yeah, as soon as you shut that door, boom, it's all just going right up the chimney. These things are too cool. So a little thing, like, I mean, it only has about a 2-3 hour burn time. So you wouldn't really want to rely on it all night while you're sleeping. But I was thinking for moto camping in particular, you know, if it's been raining and you gotta dry some gear, wouldn't be so bad. Wouldn't be so bad. And yeah, I mean, even if you don't use the stove, this whole little area is just good for your gear as well. But yeah, it's got a little stifled there. I think we're gonna get going pretty quick here. Oh yeah, you can hear it popping and cracking. So of course I had to get the fancy one with the little deers and the trees and stuff. It's not gonna show too good now. I haven't used it in forever, so it's pretty manky, but once we get that heat going, it should start glowing pretty nice in there. Yeah, so as you can see, there's no smoke coming through now. Yeah, these rocks are not necessary, but you know, we're on soft, dry ground. There is a lake right here. I do have a water basin, so I mean, I get a lot of water, but it's just a habit of mine. I like to put rocks underneath it to protect the ground from the heat. But not only that, if you're actually looking to get heat from this, the rocks themselves heat up. So when the fire goes out, you just got that much more heat. So yeah, we're cooking now. So yeah, so let's take a bit. Let's get the fire going. And then once it's at a good tempy, we can start cooking on top of that stove. All right, well, tonight on Cooking Free, this is rolling free. We're moto camping. You're getting the whole meal deal package tonight, folks. I tell you what. Like I did mention earlier, I don't really do any cooking, so if this doesn't turn out, you can't blame me. Yeah, I got this handy dandy little thing. I've never actually used it before. It's got some vials in it, so we got some extra slutty virgin oil. Got some hot sauce. We got some dish soap. We got some garlic powder. We got some chipotle powder and some pepper. So, yeah. Extra virgin olive oil. So I pre-boiled the pierogies already. So I don't know. They might all be stuck together. There'll only be one way to find out on that one. And I forgot the spatula at home. Like I brought everything, including the kitchen sink. Uh-oh! But forgot the spatula, so we got the little fork to toss everything around with. Shoot. Got some pre-diced red onion that managed to open. Some pre-grated old fart cheese. I fucking forgot the pierogies. Oh my fucking god. I forgot the fucking pierogies at home. Ah! Well. Oh. Oh, that's too funny. Fuck. Well, at least I got the sausages. I got some venison sausage. We got some red onion, some grated cheese. I got some snacks with me, thankfully. Oh, it's too funny. I honestly, I thought I was being pretty slick right here. So I don't really cook, and I was like, I'm gonna bring out this big dinner to make. Like I said, we still got these sausages to make. They're not that big because I thought I'd have a pile of pierogies to go with them. All right, the battery died there as well. Right when I put those little sizzlers on there, go figure. I mean, it's too funny. I can't even be upset at myself because it's just so classic. Forget the pierogies, but got some really nice venison sausages. Those are gonna be good. Have them with some onions. Woo! I put a lot of oil in there because I was planning on putting 10 pierogies in there. But yeah, we'll have these sausages with some onions and some cheese, some garlic powder, maybe some chipotle powder, a bit of pepper. And then the one thing I brought for lunch, I didn't end up eating it all, is some leftover pizza. So, you know, maybe we'll toss some of that on there too. But yeah, I won't be going hungry, that's for sure. All right, well, those are just sizzling, so I'll catch up with you on a bit. So just to add insult to injury, right when I turned the camera off, some random people came by. Yeah, I put way too much oil in the pan because I thought I was putting a bunch of pierogies in there, not a couple of sausages and onions and cheese. So these people came by right when I was gonna just go over to like the big fire pit area and dump some of the oil in there, and then I got too weird to go do it with people around, so I just kept cooking these fucking sausages in that oil. And this is what happens. This is what happens when you try to make pierogies and meats without the pierogies. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's a freaking dog's dinner. It could be worse. Like I say, I got some leftover pizza as well, so I'm gonna eat my sloppy mess and catch you all maybe tomorrow at this point because it's starting to get pretty dark. Okay, all right, catch you all later. Well, I have to say, it wasn't the worst meal I've ever had. Definitely wasn't the worst meal I've ever had camping. It was hot. It was meaty. Had onions. The cheese was melted. Wasn't that bad. Would have been nice to have some pierogies in the mix, but all in all, that was some really good venison sausage. You don't always see that in the grocery store. I saw that and I was like, damn, that's perfect for some camping dinner. So yeah, I'm just gonna get the dishes cleaned up, and I actually got one more thing to share with you all before we turn in for the night. So I'll catch y'all in a minute. All right, now that we got the dishes all squared away, see that? The cutting board, also a water basin. Just genius, just genius. So a pretty big part of my daily routine, and something that I don't like to sacrifice when I'm on the go, especially when I'm camping, is coffee. So got myself this little hand mill, some fresh beans, even brought out, it's the only glass thing I brought out with me, a little bottle of Bailey's. And then, yeah, I got this little French press. Usually I boil water in a pot or a kettle, but I didn't. I forgot to bring it with me because I was just going to make pierogies. So that's all good. This thing's titanium. I don't usually fry it on the stove, but we can. We definitely can. Oh yeah, we're making a full pot. So I mean, yeah, there's lots of techniques to make coffee when you're camping. Look at this thing. It's got the little fucking doodle-doo. Ooh, might have to stoke up that fire. Add another log in there. So yeah, this thing's pretty cool. Basically, take your fresh, unground beans. I like to fill it up pretty much to the top because I like strong coffee, and especially seeing how, you know, we got some Baileys to go with it, so. Get your little lid on there. Start cranking. So, I mean, it's not the funnest thing to do, but what else are you gonna do? You're sitting out here. You wanna not crank it? Have some, like, instant coffee? Bring some old coffee? That's what I used to do. I used to just make a thermos of coffee and bring it with me. Smoke coming out of that chimney. I don't know, something about that is just like the best camping visual I think I've ever had, when you're walking up to your tent and there's a fire going inside of it and the smoking chimney as you're walking up to it. I just love it. I just love it. But yeah, so this is going to take, you know, it's probably actually mostly done, but the water's going to take a bit to get ready, so I'll catch up with you when we got some coffee on the brew. There's no way it's showing up on camera, but there's two beavers, like right there. It's crazy. They're probably hearing me talk right now. They're less than 50 yards away from me. One's swimming around and the other one's just itching on this log here. It's pretty funny. Coffee's almost ready. Yeah, it's pretty dark now. That's pretty much it for today. I'm just going to enjoy my coffee with a little bit of Bailey's. Might have a fire, but probably not, to be honest. Probably just keep the little stove going. Maybe watch something on the phone after I enjoy the moon with my coffee. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the morning. All right, good morning, everybody. It's about 6:40 in the morning. Sun's starting to come up. The birds are all waking up. I was a bit chilly, so I got the fire going. Now I got the water on there. I'm about to grind up some coffee to get woken up a little bit here. As always, I never sleep good in the bush. I don't have the perfect, haven't been able to figure out the perfect sleeping system yet. I got bad back and bad hips and everything freaking bugs me, but all in all, not the worst night's sleep. And what a freaking gorgeous place to wake up. The fog's coming off the lake, the birds are landing in the water. Not the worst way to wake up. So yeah, I'm just gonna hand mill these coffee beans, get my coffee going, and I'll catch up with y'all in a little bit here. All right, y'all, so I got a nice steaming hot cup of coffee. I got another one keeping warm on the stove. I just had some gnarly weird brown spider crawling on me. I'm like, yeah, it's okay, I don't mind. But then he went for my pant leg and I'm like, okay, you're getting off of me. So yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy my coffee, enjoy this beautiful morning landscape, and I'll probably just start tearing down. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. yeah, I'm just gonna pack up camp and head out. So this is basically the conclusion, but pretty cool. First solo 100% by myself camping trip. I didn't actually put the awning down. I slept with that side. I just put the bug net down last night. So that was, I wasn't sure if I should, you know, leave myself exposed or batten down all the hatches. But yeah, I left it open, so somewhat slept under the stars. It's pretty cool. The nightlife came out in full effect as soon as the sun was down and the moon was up. But then when the moon went down, it was like everybody just went to bed and went to sleep. And then I was able to sleep too. But yeah, so you can see the tent is literally right there. And then right down here is where those beavers were last night. Like super close, just doing their beaver thing down there. And I tell you, those little guys, they make a big splash. They were climbing up on these logs and diving in the water. It was pretty cool. I couldn't get it on film because I don't have any nighttime stuff, but yeah. So please leave in the comments below, like, you want to see more of this stuff, or should we just stick to straight up riding? Because I don't know, I like it. And yeah, so like I said too, I purposely overpacked. I wanted to bring everything with me, see if it could be done without a proper luggage system, and it can. When I do my out-of-towner in a couple of weeks, my rule is gonna be basically I want everything in my one big bag, and then maybe some food and water in a backpack, but I have to wear the backpack because I'm gonna be riding up to Squamish, and then I'm gonna be riding into the woods from there, so I don't want anything to be loose and bouncing around. But I know for what I want to do, yeah, it's sold on me. I want that Krieger setup just because it's a nice, sleek setup where you can get a couple small bags for your day trips, and then a couple, I think 18 liter or 12, I can't remember. I think it's 18 liter is the biggest bag you can put on there. So if you get like an 18 liter and a 10 liter, I would be able to put enough in my saddle bags where I'd be able to use like my other big backpack for now, and then eventually get one other kind of like duffel bag, and I'd easily be able to carry everything I had with me, minus, you know, the stuff I didn't need, because I did bring a bunch of extra. But yeah, so please definitely leave a comment, because I'd like to do more of this. I would. If you guys don't like it, it's all good. I would just, you know, maybe start another channel if I got enough of these kind of videos on the go. And then I don't know too, I'm gonna make this video like my typical video, and then I almost might actually just put together an ASMR. Is that the, I don't know, you know, I've been watching those other moto campers, and they don't talk. It's just, you know, the bike sounds of them riding in, just the nature sounds, and I kind of like that. They're pretty cool, relaxing videos. So I ain't giving up on the roll it free. I'm a fucking yacky ADHD kind of guy that likes to get rowdy, but making some calm videos wouldn't be the worst thing either. So yeah, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Make sure to get out there and do the things you love doing, because life is too damn short to not enjoy the time you got. So yeah, until next time, y'all, roll free.